Welcome back to This Is OD.
Sirski. I said, yeah, Sirski.
Yes, Sirski. Welcome back to This Is OD. And of course, we didn't come here with just OD. We have a guest.
Shake it up a little.
Othman, who's our guest, man?
Our guest is the great MKDK.
What's up? How y'all doing?
We are great. Now that you're here, bro.
Yeah, we good, man.
Nah, thanks for having me. This one's been a long time coming.
Man, super long time coming. MKDK, man, a long time friend of ours. Met him in college, Penn State, and in the
trenches,
cold, middle of nowhere that we call State College.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we met MKDK there. I don't know why I said it like that, but MKDK. You got it. He said he's fucking my name.
He said, yo, put some respect on his name, all right? Yo, would you say that State College is like the gulag?
Bro, honestly though, no, because the number of people I've seen, like, come out and just like they live in a whole different life. I would say so. State College is it's a very interesting type of struggle.
It is indeed,
bro. It is, and like with State College, it's such a unique place. Like, I stayed there for a summer, bro, and it was just like, bro, like, this is a weird ass place. But it's like, it's weird but like once you leave, you realize like, yo, that's not the real world. Like, it's really not the real world. Legit. That's really what you realize. Like, it's like you leave, you're like, damn, I was in a different
universe,
bro.
It's
like
funny.
These restaurants.
It's like you leave, but it's when you come back that you really look around and you're like, I don't know who I was. Like, it's just a very different time. Like, my mental was different. Everything was different.
No. There got to be a study on black people and in high altitudes in the middle of nowhere, what that does to their brain.
What's your hypothesis on what it does to your brain?
What was a common theme with Penn State?
I feel like you just get used to things that are just not normal. Like,
there's always some weird shit going on, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, like it's a very weird place and it's very active. So I feel like once you get out of there, it's kind of like life is just not that eventful in that type of way,
Yeah.
Do you remember the recent article that came out about the Penn State?
I hope you're not about to talk about what I think.
I know. I know this is about to bring up.
Wait, I don't know.
And they're both crazy.
Wait, bring it up. Is this OD? Wait, say the story. I forget what the exact story was, though.
Because a recent story came up. I think it was a 2014 graduate.
Yeah.
And apparently they'd found like footage, and he actually released footage of him, I would just say, performing some acts, some real messed up.
Wait.
The first thing that popped was like, they're like Penn State student. See, I was low-key hoping that's what you were talking about, because there's one that came out about the chemical engineering department.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't hear that one.
I graduated in chemi. There was no one else like me in my class. That's all I'm gonna say. So I held it down, but there was a professor. I never took his class. I'm gonna say none of his credits came to me. That's all I'm gonna say. So he was, this is OD as heck. He was arrested for performing lewd acts. Now, what performing lewd acts with? I kid you not.
Is this
his dog.
I knew it. Fuck.
Yep.
I remember. I heard that.
Apparently,
I knew it when I was like, yeah.
It was just messed up. Like he would. It was messed up, but yeah, stuff like that would happen. I feel like that's what we try to say. Like that type of stuff just doesn't happen in your regular day to day. But this is a guy that was in the department on the wall, but stuff just moves on. Like that's crazy.
This is bad press.
Hey, listen,
no, it's very much.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not used to it. Let me chill.
Things happen to Penn State, but listen, we take the best out of it, don't we?
They do got mad graduates though.
So think about it statistically. That's you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like mad motherfuckers got Penn State degrees. So
statistically, more odd things would happen at Penn State.
Yeah,
listen,
I think it's a net positive individuals coming out of Penn State. That's all I'm gonna say. We got Keegan Michael Key, holding it down.
Yeah,
it's definitely like it's a net positive in my opinion. You got the three of us.
Yeah,
hey,
facts,
I didn't want to say it.
Facts. No, that's true. I remember when there was a bear in like this. For those that don't know, it's this like secluded area on campus where they got like singles, like high level singles, and like a bear was spotted on campus. This was like the COVID year. I remember seeing it on Twitter, and I was like, "Bro, what?"
I remember that. I kid you not. I was outside my dorm. I was Eastview. I was at work. I used to work at the Dining Commons in South. Shout out to Redford Dining, best commons on campus. If you know, you know.
Smack them paninis,
bro. Chef Stefan held it down. But,
Michael, I gotta ask you.
Listen, we're not gonna go there.
We go there.
We're not gonna go there. But it was it was outside. I think the dorm right next to mine, and I just had my phone blowing up, and I checked it, and they're like, "There's a bear in Eastview."
You seen it?
Unfortunately, nah, bro. I was on the clock.
Yo, man.
What if they didn't catch it before you had to go home?
Bro, I was very ready to like go out and see what was up. There's just some things that you don't have many opportunities. How many people can say I've seen a bear like alive? I don't know.
On campus.
On campus too, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what if you went to go be curious and the bear started charging at you, bro? Like, you're not beating that bear.
Listen, bro, I might be a bear, but you see this? It's a lion. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's mad interesting, bro.
Help the bear.
Listen,
Help the bear.
I personally don't believe. I don't know how efficient this is, but they always say like when you come up against like a creature in the wild that's like, or not in the wild, but like
on campus,
like an aggressive creature, you're supposed to like assert your dominance. But it's like now how tough you gonna feel in that situation, I don't know. I would like to think that I would have held my ground. I don't know.
Against the bear? I mean,
he does not believe you.
That's how you got to think. That's how you got to think, man.
You got to make him think that he does not want to mess with you. If that bear approaches me and thinks like he could take me, it's over. Like it's over.
Do you think a bear can peep if a human is trying to act crazy?
I think all animals, like bears, dogs, they have basically an ability to recognize if something is a threat or not. So if you present yourself as a threat, that's what wildlife explorers in the Arctic do all the time with polar bears. Like they'll just make themselves real wide and real loud, and the bears will run away. But it depends on the type of bear. If that bear is rabid, it don't matter what you do.
Polar bears are actually the most aggressive bears. Like they say, if for humans, they're the most dangerous bears.
Yep.
Them niggas will fuck
I
us
think
up.
it's because they in that cold, bro. The cold make you a different type of angry. You feel me? Like,
you know what I think?
What?
I'm not gonna say it,
He's spreading the agenda.
You know, you know. You know. There's a reason.
We know. We all know. We all know what it is.
No, Yogi the Bear ain't never done nothing, bro. He just trying to eat.
We know why.
We know why.
It's hilarious. But yeah, we were talking about Penn State. That's how we met MKDK. And, you know, we've been on adventures with her. Trips. Wait, was it multiple?
No, we went to ATL together. I know.
Yeah, it was.
I roomed with this nigga Michael, bro.
Bro, this dude, bro. Every time he saw a lake, said, bro, look, it's a crocodile. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to sleep.
Nah.
No, those trips are fun. Those trips are fun. I think it was a lot of fun to be taken out of them. So, it was good. Really good memories.
Do you remember when we roomed together and I forgot my pajamas? So I slept in the tech. I slept in a Nike Tech for the trip.
I think I still have a snap memory of that. It was it was like kind of blue.
I think it was a gray tech. It was the gray tech, yeah.
It was a gray tech, bro. That was funny. The funniest thing, he was knocked out. Like, he looked very comfy.
It was cozy, bro. I'm telling you, them shits are versatile. Super versatile.
Bro, I forgot my pajamas. Like,
sleeping in a tech gotta be like another level of being an ego.
Like, how on the scale from 1 to 10, where does that fall?
That's like 9, bro. That's 9, bro. That's a 9, bro.
Yeah, because I think that just implies that you want to be ready to. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Like, you want to be ready.
You gotta be TTG sometimes. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, yeah, that's very true. But yeah, man. Michael's also an artist, so I also want to shout out him being an artist and love to introduce you and your genre and everything that you do so far as an artist.
Y'all might have heard, so my name is Michael Kume. As an artist, I go by Kume. But I'm also a producer, so my producer tag is MKDK. And my genre of music, it ranges. Personally, I'm a lover of all kinds of music, like anything that like has not necessarily a message, but you can really feel like something was really put into the instrumentation. So, tapping into my roots, like I'm from Cameroon, obviously, and I think Afrobeats as a whole, but African music really is a genre that I really connected with. That's what I grew up with. So I kind of base my music and my artistry with Afro elements, and then I try to bring in, aspects of R&B, aspects of pop, and, really try to merge that into what I do. And, it's very interesting with African music in general, the direction it's heading, because if I'm being honest, the things that people are doing these days, like 10 years ago, they'd probably have told you, like, you're ruining the art, you're doing the wrong thing. But now I think people are really embracing and accepting it in general pop media. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's really the space that I'm in.
That's dope to hear. And honestly, is there such thing as doing the wrong thing? Like doing the wrong thing when it comes to art?
I definitely think so, because I think there's levels to it. I think there's definitely a very good amount of musicians and artists, like producers, composers, like this is their livelihood. They're going to do what they need to do to, make that money, keep their family going. So, I definitely think that in certain situations it's acceptable. But then I also see a lot of different artists where I think as an artist, I have a lot of respect for people who base themselves in something, and you can still feel that art in everything they do. So I think the artists or African artists or African artists in Afrobeats who create or release music that doesn't necessarily show that respect or reference back to the Afrobeats elements, I kind of look at it differently. And, that's not necessarily to say, oh, this isn't Chris Brown is on an Afrobeats track. No. It's not that. Mm-hmm. It's more like, a
21 on an Afrobeats track.
Exactly. Like,
you got something.
They can do what they want to do. I know a lot of people don't feel the most comfortable with that. I don't hate it because, honestly, I know I've been listening to Afrobeats and African music since, I was maybe 8 or 9, and it wasn't accepted. You would never have seen us win a Grammy. No. That just wouldn't happen. I think now it's like...
That's true.
I want people to be able to listen and get in the attributes of the music. I think it's just... There's certain times when maybe it goes a bit too far to when you can tell an artist isn't really... You're not really doing it for the music no more. It's more for the persona or the fame. And honestly, some artists just need to go through that process and find themselves back in the end. But, to each their own.
No, that's facts. That's facts. I was going to also ask y'all, so since you brought up a point of music getting, African music getting kind of mixed into, more modern, not modern, pop and hip hop is all getting mixed in. So what did y'all think about Burna Boy's most recent album, since a lot of people had criticisms about it being more American, or it being too that's not Burna, that's not African music, he missed on an album? What did y'all think?
I think that it was listenable. I don't know if that's a word, but I was able to listen to it. And these aren't there aren't many songs on there that I'll continuously play, but at my own will. Maybe I'll catch it on shuffle, and if I'm in the mood, I'll play it through. But yeah, not necessarily. He definitely has better albums and better songs, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Here's what I think, and this comes from a very, 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 very strong, I'll say a very devoted Burna Boy fan. Burna Boy doesn't... I think Burna Boy realized in 2020, around, not this album, but the first album, Twice as Tall, the one he worked on with P. Diddy. I think Burna Boy realized that he's conquered the African medium. He's Burna Boy. There's only so much he can do. And he kind of started gearing his, not even just his music, but his interviews, the things he'd say. He started gearing all of that towards getting Americans, and especially African Americans, to listen to him and hear and know that he's doing what he's doing. If I'm being very honest, as much as I hate it, and as much as that album is a bunch of skips, except for On Form is that's Burna Boy. Aside from that, a lot of the songs are skips, even City Boys. Meh.
Maybe if
tested, approved, and trusted.
If you're trying to listen to Afrobeats, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
If you're trying to listen to Afrobeats, the only Afrobeat song on the album is On Form. Now, if you are just trying to listen to music that is, and especially for the average American that still doesn't listen to Afrobeats, it might sound a bit different to your ear. But I think with Twice as Tall and I can't remember the name of the album, but his most recent album, he kind of taps a lot more into hip hop, to a bit of pop, and less on the Afrobeat side. And as upset as a lot of Africans were, that album did good, because I think it wasn't necessarily made for us. Speaking of us, Africans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems based off of your explanation, you believe he tapped into a bigger market, a bigger market. and he understands that, you know, he's stepping into the culture.
If you look at what, like, the album Burna Boy won a Grammy for, it wasn't African Giant, it wasn't Love Damini, it wasn't Love Damini was also a bit less Afrobeats, but it wasn't Afrobeats albums. He won it for Twice as Tall, which was very, like, removed from basically Afrobeats, because I think him and his team understood that the people in charge of the Grammys, the people in charge of a lot of the music award associations over here, what they're looking for in these tracks, unfortunately, isn't in Afrobeats. They're not looking for what comes out of Afrobeats. So, probably in trying to set up his legacy, he understood, you know, I might get backlash for this, but I got to release something that my fans won't turn on me on, and I can still be able, you know, get to where I need to get to. And, you know, I mean, he did it. I mean, I think, did y'all know that Water song by Tyler?
Make me
the one that won the Grammy? Yeah. 2021, that song would never won a Grammy. No. It wouldn't have won a Grammy. If Burna Boy doesn't pick up and move and, like, really, I think the Burnas, the Davidos, the WizKids, if, like, Essence isn't what it is, Tyler's not winning a Grammy for that at all, because they will not consider the elements of that Grammy worthy.
So you're saying they helped pave the way for her to?
Yeah, they definitely did, and I think we can all agree that in order to pave the way, you know, you gotta. I mean, and a lot of people that have been able to pave the way, they had to do some things that they might not necessarily want to do. They might have had to adapt their principles and the direction of their artistry or their craft. But if the goal was to get there, I mean, they got there.
Yeah, but, like, I guess, can you blame Burna? Like, I guess, because, like, he is, like, at a point where, like, globally he wanted to more, like, become bigger than just, like, an Afrobeat star, which I'm not saying is small. I'm just saying, like, he wanted to not, like, you know, become, like, a true music, like, guy. And I'm like saying, is it wrong to try to expand out there as an artist?
I generally don't think it is, because I think while we might see a lot of, like, you know, he's making different music, his artistry is a bit different, what we probably won't see is, like, the people he's working with, the roots he's setting down, the connections and collaborations that he's setting up for other artists to come up, where it's like, you know, he's going to, like, some of the most old and renowned studios in some of the most significant parts of, like, the U.S. here in African American culture, and laying down his influence on it, and that's opening the way up for other people. Where, and I part of me, like, genuinely has a respect for that. Besides Burna Boy's giant ego, you know, I can't say that he don't do a good amount to back up being able to say what he does. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't be where he is right now.
I was just talking with someone today, and they were telling me how, like, you know, people with the same stature as Burna Boy, like, world renowned and all that, have to have, well, they don't have to have, but they have big egos, and they believe they have big egos going into it, so eventually, or they already know that their craft can back up the ego.
And I agree, because it's like, I think very unfortunately, and fortunately and unfortunately, there's an amazing amount of quality of artistry and music coming out of Africa. And unfortunately, you know, there's not a dependable set of, you know, aside from the very big labels, you know, the Don Jazzy's label, which just seems to produce superstars out of nowhere. It's not as set up as it is out here. So when you make it, you got to hold on to it with everything you got. And I think you'll see from all of the really big artists, and they have media teams around them, they have whole groups of people around them helping them set up, where Burna Boy knows that his persona, when he needs to, he can go out and say some really controversial stuff, and that will get the album tracking. Like, he knows, and they've mastered how to get people talking about themselves in a way that African artists in the past weren't able to, in a way that, you know, we knew about P Square. They weren't talking about P Square out here like this, but you've got it now where, like, you know, Burna Boy's on this talk show in the UK. He's on the morning show. He's literally performing before the Champions League final. Like, that doesn't come without putting up a persona, which I personally don't think he's like that just on the regular. I don't think the way that he's been able to keep up his artistry, that he would be able to operate like that on the regular. But that persona, once you set it, if you turn away from it in the public light, it's over, because they don't look at you as a fraud. So he chose to start off that way, and he's doing a pretty good job of keeping to it. Like, but yeah, I think once you get something and something special, you gotta hold on to it with everything, because there's an artist working 10 times as hard as Burna Boy who has not gotten over 1,000 listens on his track. You know,
facts. Nah, that facts. That's true. That's very true. That's all really true. What you said, like, you really do gotta latch on to it. That's why you got like Rum and Nice Spice songs. Like,
bro,
I mean,
it's all situational though. Like, it's all, you tapped into something that just blew up at the right time and the right way to the right people. Like, it's I don't know about Ice Spice, but a lot of these artists, they're able to do what they do because they have some connections to old people in the industry. Like, I always hear the story about how Burna Boy's uncle produced for Fela Kuti, who is one of the greatest African artists of all time. Oh. But, like, that's not something that a lot of people know. I didn't know that. If you look at all these artists, like, you know, Rema blew up. Rema signed to John Jazzy's record a while ago. And the funny thing with Rema is his whole persona, I think, was completely planned. Like, they had him release Iron Man, release those projects that were less Afrobeats, started plugging him into the media, started getting people talking about him, and then he started dropping the Afrobeats, really connecting all back to it. And, like, I mean, it's all a project. African production companies are doing a lot better at producing artists beyond just getting them to record a track, where you have Rema performing at the O2 at, like, what, 22, 23. Like, you know how crazy that is? An Afrobeats artist at 23 selling out, maybe not selling out, but, like, pulling masses to the O2. It's really interesting, and it's something that I'm very interested in, you know, beyond just, like, artistry, like, really production and the music industry as a whole. So, like, I try to, like, pay attention to, like, how these artists became what they are. Because it doesn't just happen. It happens for some people. Some people, it definitely just happens, but then those are usually the ones that end up kind of going away. Those are kind of like,
because it's not sustainable, or
like it either it wasn't planned, or when it happened, no plan was put in place. So, like, I'm trying to think of an artist that got really popular really quick, and then didn't really hear too much about him. I know the biggest one I wonder is low-key, like, Macklemore, and I don't know what happened to that dude, bro.
He's around.
Macklemore won a Grammy.
Bro, he won.
Kendrick Lamar.
When you look at the lineup
that was crazy.
He won that Grammy
over Kendrick Lamar.
Didn't he send him a text?
Bro.
Yeah, he's like, my bad, bro.
That's crazy.
That was the year when I genuinely, like...
Is that OD?
Bro, that's OD.
Was it OD for him to send a text to Kendrick? Apologizing for winning the Grammy?
High key, yeah, because
to the art, bro.
I think wasn't he up against it was Kendrick? And
it was a lot. It was a lot.
It was like I swear it was
might
like
have been.
So
let me check.
Yeah.
I feel like this is where I check it, because every time I go back and look over it, I'm just like, there's and I look at the pieces of work that he won against, it's unbelievable. But yeah, I think it all just goes back to say, like, without a plan around it, I think music has just evolved, especially from the 80s to now, where you really build up the artist as much as you build up his discography. And it takes a lot to do that. It's really not just something that happens overnight. Like, as much as people might maybe talk down a bit on recording labels, when they do it right, they do it right.
Interesting take. Insightful take.
Yeah.
Because
I got... Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I wasn't very privy to the whole 9 yards of creating the artist persona and all the off-ball work the team be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
bro, listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. When you see Shade Room, TMZ, all these people talking about these artists playing their songs, 85% of the time they've been commissioned to do that. You see people dropping the viral dance videos, 85% of the time they've been commissioned to do that. See that song on the radio, on the playlists, on the the music video on TV, on the Color show. All they've been, bro. To get on Colors, you go into their website, put in an application for it, or someone in the company. All these things, like, when you look at the music industry as a job and not just as like music in a form of enjoyment, you can break down a lot of people's success to like a lot of hard work or a lot of fortune. Side note, Macklemore beat Drake, Nothing Was the Same, Jay-Z, Magna Carta, Kendrick, Good Kid, and Kanye, Yeezus. like best rap album of the year. I'm surprised how they didn't do a part 2 on that one. That's OD. I don't know.
Yo, they was playing that at every store, every restaurant, everywhere though.
Bro, that was the whole like Harlem Shake, Gangnam Style era, bro. That was interesting. That was interesting. That
Gangnam Style went crazy.
Bro, he made a global song. That was so crazy at the time. I was like, bro, like he faked the GOAT at that time.
Bro, speaking of guys that opened up the way, like Psy, like if he doesn't do what he does with Gangnam Style, the whole K-pop blow up in like 16 to 2020, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Or if it does, it wouldn't happen the same way, because I think it opened it up to us because he is like this pudgy Korean dude just with explosions and props and like is also crazy, and it brings you in. Like the number of people in Cameroon, not just like in the US, like in Cameroon, I knew I was in the K-pop. I was in a K-pop group chat with other Cameroonian like people in high school listening to K-pop. Like
that's
crazy.
Cultures.
Like the influence that had.
Yeah. My brother and I used to do the dance at family functions.
Is that? I bet is that. Yeah, I fucking come dance for us. Come to that dance.
Exactly, bro.
Like that uncle there, like very good, very good.
Hard pat on the back.
Yeah. So he had a bit too much whiskey, bro. He don't even know he hit you that hard.
Yo, Africans, man, I love them.
Yeah, speaking of,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, Michael. Speaking of Africans, didn't you go to school in Cameroon for a bit?
Yeah, not just for a bit. So I was born in Atlanta, and then I moved to Nigeria for about a few months.
Interesting.
About a year, actually.
Where?
Moved to Nigeria because my dad was working in Nigeria at the time. My dad moved all around the world, but at that period he was working for a petroleum company in Nigeria, and he moved back to Cameroon, obviously. So,
question.
Yep.
Where in Nigeria did you move to?
So I was in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
So Port Harcourt, it's kind of like definitely not. No shit on Port Harcourt. It's not a Lagos, but it's Port Harcourt. So I was there in Port Harcourt. Then moved to Cameroon and Douala. Grew up there, lived there for the better part of 16 years. Visited here in the U.S. here and there, and then moved back permanently for freshman year of college.
And Dan, where did you mostly spend your schooling?
Between between like
my fault. I don't know. I meant Dan. I was asking Dan.
I thought I tweeted when I heard.
I was asking Dan.
Go ahead, bro.
No. I thought I was like, oh my bad. I'm really
Nobody talking to you, bro.
But yeah, where did I spend most of my high school? Man, I spent it in the city of Philadelphia, man. In Philly, man. Man, taught me a lot of lessons, man. A lot of important lessons. A lot of just, lessons you just need as you move in life. Like, it's just little things. Like, okay, I'm going to explain this. And I wonder, do y'all have the same thing?
Okay.
Like, when I'm in, like, spaces now where people are, like, leaving their stuff around and, like, they're all, like, not caring, I'd be like, y'all are crazy, man. Like, I cannot do that, bro. Like, you just can't. Like,
it's asking for it to get stolen.
It's really like, it really is. Like, you're just given the opportunity for it. I'm all for believing in the best in people, but like, I believe I could do better to take care of myself.
And the thing is, if you go and tell your parent, oh, I left my my phone in this place, they're not gonna even be mad at the person who stole your phone. They're gonna be mad at you because they're gonna look at you like you're dumb as to why would you just leave your things around. You know better. You know better.
Bro, it's not even. I think it's also, it even goes to like, you might not even like put yourself in a situation for it to happen, and it happens, and it's like you were lacking.
Question though, do you think it has something to do about where we went to school, like, or is it just like a school-wide thing? Are there always just
in the city of Philly, bro? It's pretty indiscriminate. I don't think like there's a place that I'm like, all right, I'm cool to leave my shit here, bro.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever do that either.
But I mean,
when in college, I guess college is different because everyone's older. But in college, I would see a lot people leaving their laptops out, their phones out, their chargers out. One time, I left my charger in the library by accident. I swore it was gone. I went to look, but just out of, just to say I did it. And it was there. I was super shocked. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it might be.
It must have been cold walking back. Go back to the laptop, you fucking charger.
I went the whole next day, though. That's the thing. I went to sleep, went to class, then realized, oh, damn, I don't have my charger.
What was the point of you checking? You'd have just
I wanted to confirm. No, well, I hoped it was like still there, but I mean, it was still there.
Day.
But I thought it was stolen.
It's odd because I feel like that kind of told me who I was going to school with. When like, I think once I had like, I don't have them here, but it's like this pair of headphones that I've had for the last like 2 years. It's some Sennheiser earbuds. And somehow they like fell out of my pocket or something, and like it was outside of my dorm somewhere. I think it was outside my door. So I spent like the whole day looking for him. I'd given up hope, so I started walking back towards the exit that I usually come in at, and someone had just conveniently placed them just like inside the door on the corner. First thing I saw, and I was just like, I really know who I go to school with, because ain't no, if this was where I grew up, it wouldn't have been there.
But do you really know who you go to school with? Your professor was fucking the dog. Okay. Do you really know who you go to school with?
Way to tie that in.
I'm just saying.
I never took a class. Let's get that straight.
Rephrase.
I mean, you at least know that there's a chance that your item will be recoverable, you know? Like, I've definitely had things lost. It's not like every time I was able to find it back. I think once I left my ID. Yeah, this is just stuff that you might not normally feel like you should be able to recover really easily. You just run into a person. I mean, let me be honest. That's God. That's just me being blessed to, like, having interacted with either or having people come towards me and help me, you know, find a solution to a situation. Because I definitely think a lot of people have a very different story to what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Nah, that's true. I guess I could tell this story, like, to transition into the topic. When in my freshman year of high school, I got the iPhone 4 Plus, and that's kind of showing my age. That's kind of showing my age. I got the iPhone 4 Plus. It was my first iPhone right before I had, like, this small ass black phone. Like, you could literally, like, it was the size of my palm now, bro. Like, it was so small, but like I fucked with it. It was cool, man. You know, back then, like, your first phone, you was hype. Like, that was the first phone I had.
Simon on it. Snake on that, John. Y'all play Bounce?
I never played that. No, they had them little games.
I played Simon, bro.
I don't even.
It's the game where you memorize the colors: yellow, green, red, blue, and it keeps making a longer and longer pattern. That was the only game on the phone.
It was an intellectual.
That was the only game on the phone. I had no choice.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, it was my freshman year of high school, and I had an iPhone 4 Plus, and some motherfuckers sold that shit. And essentially, what happened was
how they steal it.
Yeah, how'd it happen? Yeah, I guess. Is there anything OD in this story? I mean,
let's.
Is it OD to
let's decide.
Oh, yeah,
let's assess.
Yeah, let's assess. But yeah, we were playing basketball in the course. The course was like right across the street from the high school, and it was just a bunch of my friends. We was there. I think it was my fall semester. I guess not semester. Fall, whatever. Fall of high school, and I put my phone in my bag every time I'm about to play boss because I don't want it to like falling out and shit, and like I don't want to like because sometimes it just falls out your pocket and shit. And I just put it there. Usually like set it, kind of forget it. So
that's your first mistake.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like my high school was like a really good high school, but it's notorious for being in like a bad area, bruh. Like I'm not gonna lie, bad stories of like I haven't. For some reason, I've never been around when like some of the bullshit happens to some of them, like because they were smart. Like they always got like, I guess the connotation of being the feline word of pussy, and they would and they would be like, I don't know, people hear them getting jumped and stuff getting stolen, like at the transportation center. Anyway, but at that court, we were all hooping, and then somebody rolled in on his bike. This like raggedy motherfucker rolled on his bike, bruh, with a little beater on. He was like, he smelled straight like gas, and he wanted to hoop. We were like, yeah, cool, you could hop on, you play. But then like during the game, he's like, yo, I'm gassed, bro. I'm gonna take a little break. And the nigga sat like on the benches around everybody book bag, and then he I guess at that point he already sold people shit. So then he was just kind of like walking around, like we didn't really peep. But then eventually he just dipped like while we was still hooping, because we was still gonna hoop regardless if he was playing. And then we was about to go home, and I'm looking at my shit. I'm like, yo, where's my phone? I was like, bro, where's my phone? Like I just had it for like maybe less than a month, bro. And I was like, bro, there's no way. Like, I'm back to that small shit, bro.
Yeah. But you always supposed to look at your phone, though. Like, look at your book bag every now and then, just to peep.
I think Dan was 1v1ing, bro. I think he was. Yeah.
Nah, the thing was, what was the score when he left?
But nah, the thing was, it wasn't just my phone that got stolen that day. It was like 2 other phones.
So it makes it better.
And the thing was, it makes it seem like he was just maybe a good thief. You got a game is made for the game. That's why I'm like, is this a thief?
Stole 3 phones.
He hit a.
Bro, he went back like a day or 2 after to try to steal phones.
He assessed the situation and was like, I could do this. He was confident enough and knew he could hit a lick on you.
So he probably walked in through a few air balls. I don't want to really think about him. Huh?
I think, I don't know if I would count it as OD though, because I feel like that happens often. And I don't feel like I should give the thief as much credit. There's fault on both sides. I won't let you get away. I won't let you get away.
Sounding like an African dad right now.
but like, keep it a being. Like, it wasn't like
it happens.
Yes, now for sure. I learned the lesson. I had to learn it. It was a lesson I had to learn. Never like. Always be cognizant. Never trust me.
That's what you took away from the. That's what you took away.
Yes, that's exactly what I. Never people's intention, bruh. Don't just assume, bruh. Always is best to assume the worst, so you're not caught lacking.
Okay, so time out real quick, Michael. Yeah. I would like to give you a slight glimpse into the structure of the show, because what Dan said right here sparked that in my brain. We have something called the last take of the day, and the last take of the day, self-explanatory in a sense, it happens at the end of the episode, and it's something that you would want the audience to take away from our conversation if they didn't hear the entire conversation. So it could have something to do with the conversation. It could just be a random fact you'd like to share. It doesn't have to do with the conversation, just the last take. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So I think that's a candidate for last take of the day, but I wouldn't be casting my ballot for it. But it has the essence of a last take of the day.
Okay, fair.
I feel that. I definitely echo the sentiment, but I can't say that I've never felt that way. But I just think when you have a certain amount of things stolen from you, there's a certain point where it's like, if I look at the situation, I say it's my fault, I won't be able to operate. It's got to be someone else's fault. Like, so either I'm a dummy. Or like niggas. Like,
you're one of the two. You're the dummy, bro. If you're getting robbed consistently, you gotta look within.
Consistently, that's on you. Like, I'm thinking of so I had this situation where
this is you. You thought you made it a hypothetical when it's actually you.
I mean, yeah. Listen,
I'm tuned in.
I actually get.
This Othman may be the thief.
I was gonna say, bro, he sounds like
he's over here saying like it's not the thief, bro.
It's not their fault.
All safe for burglars, bro.
Hey, man.
Freaking public defendants here, bro. Like, what's wrong with you?
You gotta look at both sides. He was an opportunist. Yes.
No, bro. Listen, this was the first proper football game I've ever been to. Cameroon played South Africa.
It's a good first game to go to.
Bro, in 2015, 14, I want to say.
Okay.
The reason this game is so memorable is, the Push Kiss Awards that they give like best goal of the year?
Mm-hmm.
This got one of the nominees in that game. South Africa did. It was like basically a shot from half court, halfway. Ball went in on our turf, bro. Like, we were humbled, but I think I remember that goal. It was a crazy goal. It was actually a very, very good goal to see. Game ended 1-1, but I remember it was like the brand opening of the stadium. Traffic was crazy, bro. Like, I probably spent like 4 hours in traffic after the game because they had to get the team out, had to get the delegates, the presidents, and all the stuff. Not president of the country, but association presidents. But so we got our tickets. We got our tickets a while ago. I had my Uncle Leo. Shout out Uncle Leo. Uncle Leo is a very fun guy. And he got us our tickets. We were all set. Got us a little VIP action, the little shaded area. It was tough. I think if I find footage of the game, I believe I can see myself in the crowd. And so we got our tickets, right? I was responsible. Like, my dad saw me as responsible. My siblings saw me as responsible. So they were like, MK, hold the tickets. I was like, hold the tickets. So I had like these shorts. I had multiple pockets. Very secure. So like the whole time leading up to it, I was like, pat, tickets are there. Pat. I was like, yeah, I'm set. Tickets are there. I'm chilling. It's got a little like Velcro on it. I'll feel it. Pat. We get up towards the entrance, right? Now, this is the problem with Africans. It's so disorganized.
I was going to say the traffic coming out. It was different.
So they said the doors open at like 3. At 3:30, people were waiting to get in. That's where I was screwed. So the doors finally open. It's a rush. People are swarming on each other, just trying to get in. Like they ain't got tickets. So I'm there like, dang. I'm like, I'm clutching onto my phone, my wallet. I'm like, all's good. I'm just like, all's good. I'm holding it down. Mm-hmm. We get past the crowd. We get up to the people checking tickets. It's some gendarme. These guys in the military stuff. They're like, let me see your ticket. This is the VIP section. I go, pat. I'm like, pat. What's going on? Put my hand on it. It's empty. The shame I felt, bro. It was just one of those, like, you just think it's not going to be you. And it was you. And it wasn't just, it was VIP tickets.
Damn. It can always be you. It can always be
really can always be you. It don't matter how many times you tap your back pocket. You could get found out. They stole our tickets. And it was like 5 of us. Luckily, my Uncle Leo, the plug, he knew somebody. Called him down. Got us some tickets and we got in. We get into the stadium, into the VIP. I'm looking around. I'm gonna find you. I'm looking around like on that Leonisa.
Who does not belong?
We'll find you.
I can't lie though. For him to hit a lick like that, maybe he was smart enough to walk in with the VIP, but just sit with his mans or something. Sit with the gang. That's what I would do if I was a thief.
You know what I think he did? He stole them VIPs and went down the street and sold them for twice the price.
Wait, run that back, Michael. What you said?
I said he stole the VIP tickets, walked down the street, sold them for profit.
Oh, businessman. He said,
bro, no one's going there to watch the game. They're trying to make money. So I don't doubt that that's probably what happened. But, like, yeah, I feel like, Othman's little public defender self is gonna be like, well, let's look at the let's look at the victim though. Like, why was he in that situation? I don't care. He stole my tickets.
Say, bro, you should have had a better protection.
I have a question. What was the time period from the pat before you knew you lost the tickets to the pat after you realized you lost the tickets?
1 minute. Honestly, like 30 seconds. Like it went from nothing was going on to a swarm to nothing. So, yeah, it was I'd say 30 seconds, maybe 40.
Wow. It could happen like that, though.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah. I felt as if the time period was longer. Maybe you could have shared a bit more blame, but 30 seconds, mans was efficient. That is a good thief, Daniel.
That's a good thief.
I was gonna say,
W thief. W Thief.
I think the fact that he was never seen in the process, the fact that that's the pocket he went into, is just like, listen, if you put a certain amount of work, it's not right, but I rate it. Like,
honestly,
I have to rate it.
He could, if he was there from the jump, he probably peeped you, patting all this and counting, and it was like, all right, he takes a minute in between each pat, each pat. I'm gonna take advantage of.
He was locked.
I feel like it's very easy to underestimate how far some of these niggas will go. Like, they track you. Shoot, not even just on the... It might have tracked us on the way in and tracked us on the way out. Like, when there's groups, that's what they do. They set a target.
Yeah.
They just try to make a come up off of it.
Bro, this happened to me in Brazil. I was on the beach watching the World Cup. And, you know, it's crowded. And you could tell there was a swarm of a bunch of people, different ages. They smelled kind of musty. No shade. They smelled pretty musty. And they was running through, it was a swarm of them into the crowd, just running through people's pockets. And this was, they somehow got there.
This was a purge.
They said, but it was very obvious that they was just like there on BT. So I didn't peep it because I was locked in on the game, and there was a goal that occurred, but it was an offside. And I jumped up in the air, and luckily a family friend was behind me, and he preed it. The kid stuck his hand in my pocket. And all there was my glasses case. So he asked out. And a family friend, he lived in Brazil. So he spoke Portuguese and everything. And he yoked the little ass kid. He yoked him and was just like yelling at him in Portuguese. The kid was screaming, talking about let me go. But he blew the spot for all the other thieves. And everyone was like, you know, they were tuned in at this point. So they just eventually, he let him go, of course, and then they eventually just went away somewhere else into the crowd. These people work fast and tactical. They was moving as a squad.
Bro,
Speaking
of Brazilians and thieves, y'all ever watch City of God?
That's my favorite movie. That's my favorite movie.
Bro. One of the rare movies I've watched.
One of them, like, movies, like, my dad was like, yo, we're going to watch this movie. I understood at the end. That was a journey. I need to rewatch it one day.
That is my favorite movie. I recommend that to everybody. Go watch City of God.
That movie is, bro, like, I always say, movies for some reason unlock, like, parts of my brain. Like, watching that movie, like, I really was critically thinking after. I was like, bro, like, there was, like, a lot of faults in this, but it's like, damn, this is kind of how.
Not too much. Let him cook.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
It's worth just like walking into.
But yeah, that's what art be doing. You feel me?
Like, I recently watched this movie. This is not an ad, but I recently watched this movie called like Dreamcatchers. This is not an ad. And basically this guy just popped up in everybody's dreams, and like at first let me not spoil
you get
but it's in the description. It's in the description.
I feel like you get quick to like try and spoil these these movies you're trying to recommend,
but like that's like the plot, the main thing of the movie is like the guy's everybody's dreams, and I mean it has good and bad things basically, but it's just mad interesting. And I was like, bro, like, how do you even determine how someone's in your dream? Like, how is that, like, even determined? I'm sure it's, like, some brain, whatever.
Neural activity.
Transfer to your neurons and shit. But, like, how does that even, like... Do y'all believe that is a... like, do y'all believe when y'all dream, y'all got certain dreams, like, that's a fucking, message? Like, something's in the... Yeah, message? Or is it just brain activity?
For sure. It's like sometimes it'll be a message, but then other times it'll just be like some crazy shit that has nothing to do with me.
I don't know. I think like dreams are just thoroughly interesting to me because like I'm not gonna go as far as to say that like it's necessarily a message. I just think the bounds of what our minds are capable of, they just go free. Like, while if you're not looking around, seeing, smelling, like all your senses are like tuned down, and it's just your brain going at it, you can create anything. Like, I think it's very interesting to acknowledge that literally the way that I see the world, the way that I see this laptop in front of me or this microphone in my hand is not the same way that Daniel sees it right now, that Othman sees it at all. Like, everything is down to our makeup. Like, everything's down to like what the way that we bring in and interpret and put things back out. So it's like, I don't even know what I be dreaming about most of the time. Sometimes I'm happy to forget because it's just like, it's boundless.
I agree. I mean, we all have different realities, so.
Nah, facts. I did a thing one time where I recorded my dreams, and like some of them ranged from an assassination plot on a South Asian country's princess.
What?
And then like it also ranged from like I was in the like some NBA All-Star game, like, but it was like Space Jam.
Nigga dreamt about Space Jam.
Yeah, like it was like Space Jam. But it's just my dreams just are so random sometimes. Like, yeah.
In terms of like a dream sending you a message, don't you feel as if there are times when you're stressed in your life and your dreams get more stressful, or were the times where you're chilling, your dreams are more happy and fun to experience and memorable? I feel like it might not be like a direct message, although sometimes it is. I be having some dreams that be put me onto game, and I fuck with that heavy. But anyway, yeah, It just would show you what your external experience was like when you go to sleep.
I relate to that a lot because I know I've had dreams where you experience loss, and those dreams, somehow your mind is able to put yourself in that place where you generally believe that this person that you care about or this horrible thing has happened. And even that fleeting moment of feeling that, like, I think has helped me be a lot more appreciative and honest about, like, just how much I care about different people. But, like, it's you can definitely learn a lot from it because it's like you never know the feeling of loss or of certain type of happiness until you experience it. I've had dreams as far as like watching. I'm a Chelsea FC fan. Often knows, of the Blues.
Of the Blues, yeah.
Bro, like I've had dreams like we smashed with Man City 6-0 one time. It was over the moon, and I woke up and I'm like, where do I get that happiness from? Like, it's just this how you think you would feel. So at the
where
same
do
time,
I get that happiness from? It's crazy,
bro. Because it did not happen. Like that was in your head, bro. Like your team, we're 10th. Like that's not true. But I just think there's certain things that like you dream up and you experience in your dreams, that give you a feeling of like what it could be in reality. I've had dreams. Some of my worst dreams is like I dreamt up an amazing song, bro. Like it's in there. I'm just moving to it. I'm like, as soon as I wake up, it's not the same. But then I started to think, sometimes when like a song just comes to me, I'm like, did I dream about this already? Like, is this something I just came up with, or am I recalling back to something that, a space that my brain was in that time? I know a lot of artists will say like, there's a lot of times that their best hits or the songs that they love a lot, it just comes to them. And I don't know. I think there's a part of it where it's like there's some unconscious level at which these things exist that you can reach. But it's just like there's a lot going on in life. It's very hard to like put everything aside and like let your brain go to where it needs to go. But you know, when the stars line up, it could happen.
Facts.
Jam.
Facts. Facts. Is that last
take candidate really? For me.
When the stars line up, it could happen. That's actually funny to think about it. You could tell someone that, like, if they saying like you know, a kid talking to their parent, hey mom, you think I can make the NBA?
If the stars line up, it could happen. That lame ass answer.
Bro, like, oh, stars line up. Are y'all, I got a question for y'all. Are y'all a believer in, like, do y'all believe in the notion that anything is possible?
Yes. God has proved it to me so many times. Yeah, bro. 100%.
Yeah. I feel like the realm of possibility is not something that I feel like I grasp, because I can only think of shit that I know, you know? Like, wow, we are really straight for the topic, but this is so good. This is a good conversation, you guys. We're really straight.
The topic was supposed to be school, y'all. High school.
High school, man. But we're talking about like the realm of possibility, man.
Did y'all sign up for this? Is this OD? We'll continue.
Is this OD? Versus straight into the realm of possibility.
If you're still here, you're eating it up. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, for sure. You gotta just be, if you're not sitting down, just like chilling, like maybe doing something, listening to the pod, maybe driving, listening, you're like, you know what? Yeah, maybe my dreams do send a message. It's not just brain activity. Or maybe, you know, Ice Spice and Rema, it really is planned, you know? Like, you gotta listen to it.
Yeah. Yep.
But damn, realm of possibility. Yes. I feel like we don't really fully understand like what needs to be in place for life to happen, you know? Like, I feel like we always try to say Earth, like planets, like to find us again, because I get it, because that's the only thing we can think of. But I also think like in other ways, there's things that we don't even know, you know, because it's vast.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Damn, I don't want to sound generic, but we don't know what we don't know, which is why I feel that anything is possible.
No, listen, man. My mindset is if you're ever in a situation where your mind is trying to get to a certain place, you're trying to think of a certain thing, and then that feeling comes in of a don't think like that, or that's dumb, that's generic, push it to the side. Like, honestly, I feel like you know when you know that you're about to get to a certain level, like achieve and get onto something. And I just think the way that we've been conditioned, it's like, you know, don't think too far, focus on like what's right ahead of you. And there's a lot of reasons for that, which would be a whole other conversation to get into. But I think especially the people that like, you know, oh, am I breaking up?
Nah, I mouthed the word.
He mouthed the word
capitalism. But we move on. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna get into it
because
I'm not gonna get into
it. My mindset is right. The most amazing and significant creations of this world, you know, a freaking phone that you can touch and take pictures on and play games on, like a freaking console that lets you plug in and chat with people all around. These things were looked at like the dumbest ideas in the world at some point. And I just think, like, if your brain is trying to take you to a certain point, to something that you know and you feel could, like, be really meaningful to you, like, go for it, man. Like, put that thing that's coming up saying, like, yo, that's kind of dumb, or, like, you know, that's kind of generic. So what it is. Now, honestly, the second you come across something that no one thought about, There will be millions just lined up to try to get that from you. But like, you know,
Facts.
if Steve Jobs doesn't say screw it, bro, I'm gonna drop out. I'm gonna follow this path, regardless of how much money the dude had. Anyways, it's still a direction that he put himself down and was able to like make, you know, achieve this thing. It's not just Steve Jobs. If I don't know, if the biggest artist that we have today that did something different, if Fela Kuti didn't stay true to what he was trying to do,
if Ice Spice didn't make the munch,
Ice Spice make the munch. Okay. If I guess I'm gonna go. If Block Boy JB ain't make look alive.
if Big Shaq didn't make, you know, That's Not Hard, it's just things like that. But I low key, Big Shaq is kind of a good example because on the outside, it's a very stupid thing that he's doing. But like even Big Shaq is literally a personality. That dude is very smart. He's on interviews saying like he intentionally put up that personality because he knew that it would track. Like, go for it, man.
Yeah, I think it's also that feeling of being uncomfortable and thinking about, oh, is this the right? Am I doing the right thing? But you never know if you're doing the right thing until, like you said, it gets traction or you get some personal meaning out of it.
Yeah, the brain is incredibly powerful, and if you spend enough time being told or in an environment where you're conditioned to feel like you can or can't do a certain thing, you're not going to be able to do it. I know so many people who are going to hit me with the like, oh, I can't sing. They'll have the most amazing voice or like the most amazing artistry, but they don't believe that they can do that. So in their mind, what sounds better than most mainstream artists sounds like trash. It's all your interpretation in your brain. And like, there's enough people who sound horrible but tell themselves they sound good. If you do it enough for so while, I mean, Blueface acknowledged that his timing is horrible and that his raps are weird. He wouldn't have blown up. But just because of how weird that is and how like odd it was to listen to, but at the same time low key a vibe. Look at that! Look what he was able to do.
I think that was a great example, and you're still free to speak on whatever. I just feel as if Blueface kind of always gets attention. And I
always.
I feel like Blueface,
bro, always.
And I don't know how that is, but it makes me uncomfortable.
Listen,
it hasn't been for music.
Listen,
for a while.
It's not a mistake. It's not random. It's not, oh, he just happens to live a life that people talk about. Nope. They got people feeding all the stuff he does into the tabloids. He's got a team around him that either give him an okay to do certain things or they encourage a certain type of behavior that's going to get, you know, traction. But there's got to be people around there to pick it up. It's not random. He doesn't need to make music anymore. You can just the money off of impressions alone.
Because honestly, I feel like there's mad niggas that have baby mama drama, but they don't have this kind of opportunity.
No, I mean, if he or his baby mom wanted to keep that thing on the low, it would have been on the low. The way that they've both fed into it and made it a whole thing is what they chose to do one way or another. Because if they wanted it to be something that was handled on the low and taken to court, you would have seen it happen. I don't know if y'all remember when, you know, the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp stuff happened.
Why is that a thing?
It was essentially, I mean, to surmise it, Amber Heard basically accused him of physically abusing her. emotionally abusing her, so on and so forth. Now, when she sued him for Johnny Depp, then equally sued her for defamation of his character, and then brought his own, set of tea to the situation. And then it just became a thing where they're in court and, sued him, countersued the other, and it was a whole... It was interesting because it's very... I feel like a lot of people didn't understand that, and even now I see, even when you see the whole Tory Lanez and Meg situation, you got to really look at what the case against the other person is. I'm not gonna talk about Meg and Tory, but
Okay.
Why is that taboo? Man?
I mean,
we don't want to. We don't want to.
Yeah, it's
We're not getting into it. We're not getting into it. I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit, y'all. I'm talking shit.
Yeah, literally, Anyways, Amber and Johnny Depp. It's the case. Johnny Depp physically abused her. That's a fact. But did Amber Heard defame Johnny Depp? Yes, she did. She was found she had to pay a settlement because of it. She was guilty of defaming him. Now,
so it counts as defamation even if you do it.
Defamation is basically causing harm to his public and social image. He claimed that because of her accusations to him that weren't necessarily heavy enough, he lost opportunities to, movies, shows, castings. He lost his opportunities.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing that people sue for. That's why, especially with your public image, people get sued. A lot of times if a very big company gets, shown in a certain way, they'll silence you because they'll sue you for defamation. Because legally, they can sue you for making them look a way that they don't want to look.
But I'm confused as to why is this why was it so public? There's documentaries on it. It just didn't make too much sense to me.
They're movie stars. I think there was a part of it was they would have both wanted to make sure that there was a collection of their story and their voices. And they're public figures. I feel like they also know you're getting you're getting an amazing amount of mentions and clicks off of stuff like that. I don't even know it was really big at the time. But then, Amber Heard got served though. Rough little verdict.
Yeah.
Dan,
it's a rough one.
Dan, was you about to say something?
Nah, I'm not gonna say that take.
What was the take? This is OD, man.
What you want to say?
This is OD, man.
Say?
This is OD.
Okay. I feel like because I know the answer.
Oh, okay.
But it is a.
Let's
It's hating. It's hating. Let's assess anyway.
We're here to assess. This
I was gonna say
the point of the show, y'all.
I was gonna say with the actors, people don't realize these actors aren't who they are on these shows.
No.
Do people not understand that these people are acting? I don't if I'm seeing Johnny Depp was Captain Sparrow or whatever, and then I see him outside, I'm there's not a guarantee this motherfucker's gonna be all no, he's a real person that just played a role because maybe that's his job.
The best example, the best one that lets you appreciate that these guys are all just acting a role, it's the British actors that bust out with the American accents. When I saw Daniel Kaluuya give an interview, my brain kind of just changed. You know someone for a role, that's all you know them for. So it's it's very easy. You see a character, you either like them or you respect what they do. That becomes who they are. Dwayne Johnson is The Rock. He will always be The Rock. But
every
that's
movie.
a character. Bro, in every he can't escape it. Like John Cena will always be John Cena. Like WWE did great on that aspect, but I think
John Cena was like Superman.
Bro.
Wait.
At one point, I didn't think that nigga was unbeatable.
Quick question. Quick fire question. Who was y'all favorite wrestlers growing up?
We're doing like a top 3.
Give me like just top 2. Top 2.
Okay, top 2. You can go first, Michael.
Dang. I got some interesting ones. They're definitely different.
I'm not top 3. Top 3. Sorry, top 3.
All right, thank you. All right, number 3, I gotta say my boy Kane. I love Kane. I don't know why. I just thought he was just kind of different. I just
Bought that.
Yeah, his vibes. Number 2. Number 2. I'm gonna give it to this dude just because like he never went away. It's Edge, man.
Oh fuck, fuck.
Edge,
he was gonna be in mine too, bro.
I like the turnaround, but initially, bro,
yeah,
fuck Edge, bro. He was an asshole, bro.
He was horrible. He was horrible back in the day. And then number one easy. Number 1 for me is Christian, because
really Christian.
Listen. Y'all remember
L take.
Heard me out.
L take.
Wow.
Y'all remember when Edge dropped the title? Left it for his boy. That whole saga with Christian and Randy Orton was the most invested I've ever been in WWE. Like when Randy Orton hit that boy with the RKO off the top rope. I'm sorry, that's one of the wildest things I've ever seen. And I was on Christian's side. That won't hurt. But like even today, I can like go back and say like that was amazing. Like I think I think seeing like your character kind of lose themselves, like WWE character, of course, lose their way, go evil, then kind of turn around and go back.
What was it? Face
I thought it
and
was
heel?
an interesting type of growth. Yeah, because like he waited all his time for the title, like 20 years. He won it on a Sunday. Our boy Teddy Lawson came on Monday night, said, "You're gonna fight Randy Orton for the title." I remember because back in the day, I used to watch it on like everything came to Africa later. So I watched the main event like a week later. I'm like, yo, Christian won the title. I'm gassed, bro. I go on Wikipedia. It said Randy Orton is the champion. I'm like, what you mean Randy Orton's the champion? Christian just won it, right? I felt so betrayed. But no, Christian, it just had a very soft spot in my heart. Like him and Edge are really close up there.
That's a very interesting list.
I've never heard that one, bro.
Me either.
Yeah.
Dan, you want to go?
Dare to be different.
Sure. I could go. Okay. I would say number 3 might be Batista, bro. Like
that's
he was
solid pick.
Because I could low key like as a kid I could low key only watch SmackDown like because Raw came on and at like 9 on Mondays and like my parents weren't jacking I guess me watching wrestling at the time. You got to be in your studies. And,
you gotta go to sleep.
And SmackDown was on, and Batista was like the guy. Like that was when he was the man, and his name and just everything. I was like, bro, like he's an animal. Like I was like, bro, he's cool. I was like, he's crazy.
I fucked with Batista.
Yeah, then I would say Edge, but Edge really wasn't in there originally because I did hate him. It's because I hated him though. The reason why is because when I grew older, I was like, yo, he was a great fucking like actor to like heel wrestler, like to make everyone dislike him that much. Like he did his job really well.
Yo, I would like to, I'm sorry, before you give your number 1, I would like to add a contender. Because on that note...
Wait, don't say who I think you're going to say.
I'm sorry, bro, but if I'm talking about the wrestler who I might not love him, but I respect him the absolute most is Randy Orton.
Yeah, he's honorable. Yeah, honorable mention.
Because to be able to get away with RKOing 2 women, it just it's a certain level. Like he's honestly one of the greatest, if not like he's really up there. Like at least modern generation WWE. All right, sorry, go ahead.
For sure. I'm not 100% for sure. Randy.
Yeah, honorable mention for sure.
Yeah. But number one, it got to be Jeff Hardy, man. I'm basic, man. Jeff Hardy, that motherfucker, bro. Like, I vividly remember him jumping off, like, just a regular SmackDown night, jumping off the entrance, like the top little ladder into, like, I was like, bro, it's just SmackDown. It's not a main event. He's going this hard. And I'm like, there's no way, like, even though you can think that, even though it is scripted, that pain is still not scripted. Like, Collision, you can't script physics. You know what I mean? Like, you can't script physics and how your body reacts to it. So I was like, bro, like he was
in that bitch wilding, bro,
off the ladder into a ladder, just
flips
crazy.
galore.
They didn't give him a long enough title run, man. But he was that man.
I think a week ago I watched like his top 10 Swanton bombs. It's a crazy video. Like, this is one of them. They don't even show you what happened.
Bro, Jeff Hardy, yeah, insane. Like, I was so gassed because he's my number one. He's number one on my list for sure, bro. Yeah. And he was just different. You feel me? He didn't dress like a regular wrestler, and it was kind of cool that was Matt Hardy a twin, or were they like?
One of just
brothers for,
but I just thought that was tough because I had a brother, so I was like, yeah, that's it. Like, I don't know, things like that excite you when you're a kid.
Hardy bros.
Second, I would definitely put Kane because
really, y'all niggas,
because he
not Undertaker.
Undertaker was type basic, but Kane he put a different kind of fear in niggas' hearts, bro. Like, niggas see Kane and you know it's about to get critical. You know it's about to get very active.
Like, I feel you're right, because Undertaker was like, oh dang, like it's screwed. Like I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Kane was like, nah, it's all red fire. This is horrifying. And did y'all ever go to the WWE shows that came to State College?
No, I never been to one live.
I never did.
There was a SmackDown event at State College, and Kane was there.
I missed out.
Kane pulled up. Mark Henry
Bro,
it was Kane versus Mark Henry, bro.
That's a classic, though. That's
in the BJC, bro.
That's a classic.
That was a fantastic evening for me.
Damn, when was that? What year?
2018.
Damn, how the fuck did I not know about this?
Damn, how the fuck did I miss
bro?
that
I
shit?
literally got the email.
You ain't tell nobody. You ain't tell nobody.
I wonder on my ones.
You should have posted it on Snap, bro.
Bro, I wonder on my ones because it was a dream for me. Like, I literally got the tickets and was like, I didn't think I'd go. I pulled up. I saw Kane, Mark Henry. I think there was Bobby Lashley.
Oh shit.
I think. It was a decent lineup. Seth Rollins, it was a pretty decent lineup.
I'm gonna say this. That's crazy that you did not inform anybody else. That's crazy. Is that OD? Is that OD that you see?
I think in a way it's just another form of gatekeeping. And as a fellow gatekeeper, I can't.
This man got Hall of Fame gatekeeper badge.
Game is game.
Badge.
Game is game. You know, like,
I got my Jeff Hardy chain. That's all I'm saying.
This is the public defender for gatekeeping.
Hey, sometimes it's like, bro, you didn't do your own individual research enough to figure it out.
We all get the emails. Like, I don't know to tell you.
He said we all get the emails.
Okay. We all had the tickets. We all didn't lose them.
You just didn't have that school spirit. I don't know.
You gotta say, you still gotta buy them though, even though I could tell you about it.
Yeah. A cool little $20 on the meal points.
Man.
My last wrestler is going to be Shawn Michaels. That Sweet Chin Music was just is super enjoyable to watch.
That's a good ass pick,
bro. He used to be my number one just because his name was Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that's a good ass pick.
I know he was kind of, I guess he was Triple H's sidekick. Wait, you think they were equal or they were sidekicks?
Not sidekick. I think they was equals.
Teammates. Because
he was big in like the 90s too. He was doing that shit for a minute.
So yeah, Shawn Michaels for sure. I was battling between him and Kane, But I just think I was so excited to see when King would pull up and just cause havoc. So
yeah. Yo, honorable mention. Drop one honorable mention. One that we haven't said before.
you could say Rey Mysterio, but I don't know.
Nah, Ray for sure. He was electric.
It was really good.
But I feel like
when Ray was going,
I feel like everybody liked Rey Mysterio. Like,
but everybody liked Jeff Hardy. Who the fuck don't like Jeff Hardy?
good point.
That's pretty fair.
Good point.
I'm trying to think.
I was gonna say.
Go ahead, Dan.
My bad. You was gonna say. I was gonna say my honorable mention was Rob Van Dam. I fucked with him too.
I don't even remember him wrestling.
I was watching like. Sorry. Also, disclaimer. Sorry for the women audience if you don't particularly like.
Why would you assume they don't watch wrestling?
I was gonna say.
But is that OD for me to assume that they don't watch wrestling?
Nah, that's not.
We got some Beth Phoenix fans in the chat. Come on.
But I'm saying like we're talking about Rob Van Dam.
I don't even know Rob
Christian.
Van Dam is for real, so.
Yeah.
See, we're talking about Christian technology.
He said nobody knows.
Yo, what? No, hey, listen. Listen.
He's shitting on your number one, bro.
So I'm gonna say, brother, kill switch.
Yeah, but that was not to offend y'all. But
I just
sorry if y'all don't care about.
I just instigated, bro.
I know. Yeah. I know. Hall of Fame gatekeeper and Hall of Fame instigator for sure.
I practice my craft every day.
Indeed. But yeah, Rob Van Dam, because I remember ECW. You remember that?
It was always mad random, bro.
Oh,
ECW.
Yeah,
ECW. Like,
CM Punk. He came from ECW, or he was at ECW.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, that shit was like, they shit was like hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was their
Saw
whole
blood
vibe
and all that.
Yeah, barbed wire and shit.
I used to swear that wrestling was real. I used to go to war at the lunch table. That wrestling was real.
It's definitely gotten less real. Like the things that they do or allow themselves to do have definitely got tamed down, and they control it a lot more than they did before.
Cause they're not off the perks no more, bro. They're not off the perks.
Perk angle.
I'll say my honorable mention. It's not because he was the greatest or anything. He just really he had an influence for a bit. It was Alberto Del Rio. Bro, he bust up in the limo with his sidekick looking like $1 million, bro. Every I hated him so much.
Bro, in my head, when you were giving your top three, I was like, Michael might say Alberto Del Rio.
I was so close. I was so close. I was like, I can't put Alberto Del Rio at the top
come up, bro.
If anything, I would have said The Miz. The Miz had a decent run.
Really, The Miz. You like Dolph Ziggler?
I am perfection, bro. Listen, Dolph, he carried on. I think he carried on the legacy of his family. Okay, but. Because he is a Bret Hart's family. He did his thing.
I have a follow-up question. It's going to be a little taboo. But how would y'all grade Chris Benoit as a wrestler overall?
As a wrestler? Yeah. I mean... as a wrestler...
That's an OD question, bro.
Good one. That's definitely
that was an OD question, bro. But just acknowledge, what his career was like. You feel me?
Nah, yeah. I played with him and I used to play SmackDown vs. Raw. Like, I was a big wrestling guy. Like, I used to play the games and shit, use him, all that. Like, he was a good wrestler. He was a really good wrestler. But yeah, that's it.
Fair take.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Daniel said everything that needs to be said.
Yo, and also.
Yeah.
Okay. My fault, guys. My fault. But y'all sleeping on the Big Show.
I was going to say a
Big Show was decent too. Big Show was decent. Big Show was decent for sure.
It's a lot of really good, SmackDown v Raw 2008. Y'all played that?
Mm-hmm. I had it on my
SmackDown versus
PSP.
Raw, like,
Yeah.
Those-
I had that shit on PS3. No, PS2. PS2.
Those,
PS3 was 2010.
they really set the tone. They really did their thing. It's a lot of guys won't even think about no more. Got your Sheamuses.
Oh yeah, him and his kicking.
Won't really think about it no more.
That's true.
Nigga was
He
pale,
was
bro.
pale.
Like that's the.
Cat got your tongue.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was like so white, bruh. Like I've never seen.
Was he actually Irish or Scottish?
I don't
probably
know.
was.
with
Bro,
WWE,
when I
bro.
found out Kofi Kingston wasn't fucking Jamaican, when I found out that nigga wasn't Jamaican,
You
bro,
felt betrayed.
I was like, what?
You felt betrayed.
I swore bro was Jamaican. He was who I based my thought of
That's
Jamaicans on.
crazy.
Nobody.
You heard that? To our Jamaican listeners, this is this is what
SOS.
bro.
Yeah.
So fun, bro. So whole goddamn man.
Yeah, I learned that mad late though.
Damn.
I learned to when
Yeah, I
he
learned
won the
that
title.
like 2018.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Nah, that's crazy. That's
Reminiscing
crazy.
right now.
I did want to try our new segment with Michael. So, for those that have also made it this far, congratulations. You get brownie points as well as a new
Clap it up,
segment.
clap it up.
You've unlocked a new level.
A new segment. Yes. A new segment we're going to do with guests is the goal is for the guests to answer as many questions as possible within 2 minutes. And they could range from Spotify or Apple Music or would you sign a prenup? So the goal is to answer as many questions as possible, as best as possible in that time frame. Does it sound good?
Sounds great.
But
Sounds good. Okay. I am. Are you ready, Michael?
sure. Y'all want like quick answers or elaborations?
That's for your discretion based on the question.
Depends on how old the question is.
The
bro.
goal is to answer as many questions as
Whatever
possible.
your vibe is, bro.
Okay. But
Okay. Ready? Go. If you could have any superpower, but it could only be used for mundane tasks, what would it be?
the ability to like create wind real fast. Be a good duster.
I did not think you were going in that direction, but more power to you.
Okay. What's the weirdest food combination you secretly enjoy?
I know it's something weird.
Yo, alright, y'all put me on blast. Y'all ever got the saltine crackers, but like no salt, and then condensed milk?
Just cracker?
They'll hate on me. Don't hate on me.
You said cracker. You put
He
something
said
on it?
Condensed milk.
Condensed milk.
The really
Interesting.
sweet milk in the can.
Interesting. But I can see it
too.
I can
Bro,
see
because
it.
the crackers,
I can
it's just
see
like
it.
a plain
It's not
base, and then you
far-fetched.
get that sweetness. That was a big diet treat.
It's not as
Okay.
weird as I thought it was gonna be.
It's not. If you could rid the world of one invention, what would it be and why?
One invention.
Ooh, this is a good question.
Damn, what's something that I hate a lot? I don't really hate stuff that much, bro. It's not necessarily an invention. I'll just say like the ability to make your like Ford truck like giant. Like the extenders that you can add onto your trucks. I'll get rid of those.
You said the ability to make your Ford.
I think I cut out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know when like people they like lift their trucks. I'll get rid of truck lifters. Like I hate driving by and someone's literally above me. It's annoying. Like no.
Okay. Well, the 2 minutes were up, but I did want to have one other question.
Wait, what's the score? What was your score, bro?
That was 2
I
minutes.
only got like 3. Yeah, it was 2 minutes, bro.
You try to put 30 back on the clock, I got you.
He said, referee said the shot clock.
You're gonna have to challenge that play, buddy.
I'll give you an extra minute.
Bet. Let's go.
Extra minute for rapid fire questions. People that made it this far. Okay. If you could only communicate using emojis for a day, how would you get your point across?
Only using emojis?
Yeah.
It'll probably just be a lot of laughing emojis and tear emojis.
He said, I do that anyway.
Like, laugh is good, a laugh is bad. Like, yeah.
Okay. What's something you've always wanted to learn but haven't had the chance to?
Play guitar. I really, really want to learn how to play the guitar.
Okay. What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done? Spontaneous is in like go out and go to Toronto with no real plan.
Yeah.
He's testing me.
I think I somehow ended up like backstage at a drag show.
That's definitely.
Were you the hose?
Nah.
That's definitely extreme. Not extreme. I said spontaneous.
Yeah.
Spontaneous. Yeah, but okay. I think I like that. Maybe we could give that 3 minutes later. We'll ask the people who made it this far what they thought about rapid fire questions. If they'd like to see it continue.
Yeah.
I think y'all should stick with it.
Yeah. I thought it was decent. But Othman, you wanna lead your finale?
Oh, finale. Yeah. Last take of the day. You know the drill. We have a couple candidates. If you could help me remember, yo.
You said mine was like you basically said it was a fake candidate when
Yeah.
I said
Don't trust
like
don't trust nobody.
Don't trust.
yeah,
trust the
just
ends.
basically your default is don't trust nobody.
So we got don't trust nobody. Candidate number 1. Candidate number 2.
Number 2, we got
Michael said
if the stars align, anything is possible.
Stars align, anything is possible. Anything else we left on the table today?
Maybe one other one, but I'm not really recalling it, so we could just spike it.
So
Yeah.
go ahead. You could choose from these candidates or give me your last take.
Whatever agenda you wanna spread. Yeah, we let
Ooh,
that-
I think
Mike, we can
the
go.
last one would be what Othman said. What did you do to prevent being wrong?
I like that one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. My last take would probably be, I haven't said this whole episode, so it'll probably be, like, if you can really pick up instead of delivering, like, you should probably try doing that because, like,
this is an ongoing issue for this guy, man.
Wait,
you just don't want to like have to deal with that. Like sometimes, like I haven't had any delivery mishaps anytime recently. Knock on wood. But it's a part of the game. So just always, if you can get in store.
So,
AutoZone.
Some context for you, Michael. Our previous guest, Brendan, suggested Dan start picking up his food or groceries because he has a lot of terrible luck with delivery drivers. So,
Okay.
seems
Yes.
like he's learning his lesson and turning a new page. I love that for you, bro. Love that for you.
Yeah. Good job. Good
Yes,
job, bro.
man. Shout out. Yeah.
My last take of the day. I always say spread love, peace, and positivity or whatever, but I don't think we did any hating this episode. So I would just like to complain just a tad bit and
Okay.
ask,
Some people deserve hate.
hey, Hey, you said it. I actually have a question because then it's going to get the gears turning. Think back to how many hours you spent on Apple customer support service, the hotline, and tell me how your experience was and if you got the problem you were trying to resolved. I can tell you I'm 0 in 50. Garbage. Thank God for Chat GPT. Like that's how I solve my my issues now. They just sit there and waste time. I can't lie.
I was gonna say, if I'm being honest, they just trying to log their hours for the day because the majority of times it's two outcomes. It's three outcomes. One, they're gonna tell you that you got to come into the store. Two, they're gonna tell you that you're out of luck. There's nothing they can do. Three, they're gonna say like the software just can't work with what you're trying to fix anymore. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna get a solution. What do you think this was?
The number is there for show. The number is there for show. Useless.
It basically is. Basically, it's semantics, bro.
I hate that. Why can't we just all be real, man?
Listen, man.
That's a great question.
If every situation was fixed, if your phone was fixed, if Dan's iPhone didn't get stolen, would he about another one? That's all I'm saying.
Hey, man.
Who's to say that Apple Corporation put that dude up to that little heist of y'all's phones back then?
Right.
It's a
That's
business.
true. That's true.
It's a business.
That's true. That's true. It is a business. It is a business. I feel like we always do this at the end for some reason, but shout out Brady Guapo on the intros and outros for us, man. We really appreciate Brady.
Check him out.
And actually, also would love to plug Michael. Any place they want to follow you at? Any place? It's your time to promote.
Yeah. So definitely. You can follow me on all social medias at It's Kume. That's ITZKUME. Instagram, Twitter. Got a Threads now, for the vibes. I'm not really be on the Threads, but I'll be on the Threads.
You're the first person in person or virtually I know.
Oh, well, listen, man. You know what I said earlier? Well, when you start, listen, you just got to be the one to start.
I like that. I like that.
I'm always working. I've got a track coming out actually about 2 weeks from today, the 23rd. It's called Good Times. It's kind of like my opener release of the year, and this year is really just about acknowledging the good times, just feelings of happiness, because they're fleeting. There's not enough time to just thinking just things that bring you low. Just focus on the good times, the people that make you happy, the things that make you happy, and the music that make you happy. So I've got an EP coming out throughout the year. I've got a bunch of other projects working with some really good artists. I know I sent the track both of y'all's way. Got some good reviews so far.
Got some heat in the vault, bruh. Man, got some.
That's the intro.
It's in the oven, bruh.
Cooking.
Bro, yeah. So I'm planning those. They're going to be coming out, and it should be a really good summer. Goal is to put a few performances in here and there, all while balancing the real world, but just start bringing everything together. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'm very active there. I have to do a post because I told y'all to bully me if I don't post every day, and I don't think I posted today yet. So
it's grounds to bully you.
Bro, I'm trying to be active. If I'm not being active, please bully me. I will appreciate it because,
fuck with that though.
My best motivation is knowing that I'm doing all I'm doing and it's reaching somebody. So, shoot me a follow. If you hear something you like, let me know. If you got something you want to hear, let me know. And yeah, just come on this journey with me.
Love that, bro.
sir. Yes, sir. We'll definitely probably have your music in the intro or outro for sure.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, anything else, Othman?
Yeah, peace and positivity, man. Think on it.
Yeah, peace and positivity, and yeah, man. Don't be leaving your stuff around people, bro. Like,
I might steal it.
Like, if you go to the gym, get a lock.
Yeah.
Get a lock. You know, I used to not have a lock, but then I was like, I seem kind of goofy, so
You do.
I went on Amazon.
You do.
And I was.
Like, you know, there's people. There's some people, they ain't got a home, but they have a Planet Fitness membership. See something they like, they take it.
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. But yeah, this is OD out and
Peace.
peace.